This is the Titan Futures 1 point a day challenge. Earning your living executing trades from the comfort of your home seems a lot more cool than most 9 to 5 gigs. Trouble is, if you don't know what you're doing, you can wreck your portfolio. But with our trading instructors, BK, Soto, and Mitchell, you'll learn how to day trade the futures market. Streaming daily, 9 to 11 a.m. Free. This is a free trading education channel. The Titan Futures 1 point a day challenge, where everybody is welcome. Get in the chat, ask us questions, learn. And now your instructors. This is BK, Soto, and Mitchell.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. It's Thursday, September 12th. So thanks for checking us out and joining us. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. Let me see here. So let me try to bring in Soto, make sure he's there. Soto, you there?
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Hey, good. Glad you're here. Excellent. And Mitchell will be joining us a few minutes late again, I think. So, but hey there. Good morning, Paul. Glad to see you here this morning. Hope you're doing well. Did you make sure you roll over your contract if you hadn't done that this morning already? So everybody needs to make sure they roll over their contracts today for September 12th, 2019. It's pretty easy to do that if you're a Ninja trader. Just go to your let me look this up real quick here.
I'll do it. I'll put it on the chat here.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna put it on the chat. All right. Good. Make sure you do that. All right. So if you're not familiar, you gonna tell them how to do it, or you just put it
on the chat? I will write it on how to do it.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. All right. Good. All right. So yeah, while he's doing that, we'll kind of make sure you check out the disclaimers here. Remember, everything we do here is for educational purposes only, guys. It's nothing here is a financial recommendation in any way, shape, or form. So make sure you guys understand that, and everything you do here is on your own. You've made your own decisions, I guess is the best way to say that. Yeah, Paul. Soto's going to type it out on the chat, step by step, how to do it. It's really simple and easy, but so he'll type it out there for you. Nothing to it. But so before you get trading this morning, you definitely want to go ahead and get that rolled over. To take 2 seconds to do so. So make sure you kind of read that when he posts that in the chat. But it's very simple. But we'll definitely have to roll over today. So again, anybody that's check out the legal disclaimers. Thanks, and again, everything's for educational purposes, guys. Okay. All right. That being said, let's kind of move that off there. We'll open up the screen here, chart, take a look at it. All right. That's your explanation, really?
That's what you wrote. That was perfect. What else do you want to write?
The only thing I see right here says, from you, it says, from your main account page, text me if you have any questions.
Oh, no, I wrote above that.
I don't see that. All I see above that is Paul saying, please advise.
No, I wrote in it.
Well, just in case if you're looking what I'm looking at.
Yeah, let me repost it here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All you'll do is you go to your main account page, like he said. go to your tools tab. Click on database management, and there'll be a box of all your contracts that need to roll over, and just simply click the rollover button, and that's it.
Oh, that's funny right there.
Yeah, that's all I see.
Can you see it now?
No, I don't see it now, so it might be on my end, but.
Okay. No, I that's good. Yeah, I take care of it. Hey, you got a problem, call customer service.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like there.
That's good. Good way. It's going to be a good day. I feel good.
Good. Good.
That's fun. That's good.
Yeah. So again, if You're just kind of hearing that. Just go to your main account page, go to your tools, drop down to database management, and then all your contracts that need to be rolled over, it'll be in that box. All you gotta do is click the rollover button, and then it'll update automatically, and you'll go to the 1219 contract for the ES. So, oh, that's funny.
It's, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Can you not? You still can't see the in Ninja Trader. Go to Tools, to Database Management.
No, I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that.
Huh. Okay.
All I see is from your main account page. Text me if you have any questions. That's all I see on directions how to roll over your contracts.
I'm telling you, man, you got to be careful with technology. Can you imagine if you know this was like I was talking to someone, you know, and you know, you maybe somebody real close to you, and you're like, hey, tell them how to do this. It's really important. And then the only thing they get from me is go to the main account page and don't bother me if you have any questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that could be devastating. It could be like, what kind of guy is this?
Right, right. And I mean, everybody might be able to see it on your end. I just don't see it on mine.
Yeah.
So.
That's all right.
Yeah, but anyway, packet was lost somewhere. But anyway, so yeah, so. Guys, if you're just now joining our channel, thanks for checking us out, man. Make sure you hit a like and subscribe, would be great. But this channel here is just about learning to trade our method, which is simply a 1 point a day challenge. We'll end up trading 2 or 3 times probably for that 1 point, but we'll try to get 2 or 3 points. But we really just want to get, as an individual, if you got a small account, we just want 1 point a day, you know, and that be it. Just get that 1 point a day and be satisfied and let that account grow. Because in the very near future, that 1 point a day is going to be worth a lot more money because of contracts, you know. So, but if we can become very, very good at getting that 1 point, then it's not going to matter whether it's 1 contract or 1,000 contracts. Okay, so that's what we kind of focus on here. And we don't do swing trading. We're not doing. I mean, I do have a method for that that I'll introduce later down the road. That's really, really powerful, and does very well. Have accounts running on that as well, but for this challenge here, this little two hour window here, we're doing just a day trade of 1 point a day, you know. So hang with us, learn that. But if you're new to the channel, again, I appreciate you being here, but this is a very positive environment. We like to have fun. Interject, put your questions in there, and we can talk and discuss anything you'd like to. But you can read more in the description below the video that's going on here, the live stream. You can learn more about it. But again, check us out. There'll be 3 traders here. You know, myself, Soto, and Mitchell. Mitchell will join us shortly. They have a little bit different perspective. They're a little newer at it than I am, so they kind of pick up on some things where I might have forgot or overlook or what have you. So it's a very good dynamic that they bring to the chat. So because this channel needs to be for anyone that's brand new to trading or anybody that has 20 plus years experience like myself. So we want to make it available for everybody, but it's a free resource. You know, we want to make this a great channel on YouTube and grow the channel, and so we can't do that without you guys. So check it out and let us know you're here, and pop in, talk in the chat, and then we'll be good to go. All right, man, so the description's out of the way. Like I said, you guys can read more about that and get a lot more in depth than that if you want to underneath your video there. But all right, so Soto, we had the news this morning. If you see the big spike, you know what the news was about. Have you checked that out yet?
Yeah, I didn't see the. I saw the spike at 750.
Yeah.
Is that what you talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
So but no, what's the? What was the news, man?
Yeah, it's this core CPI. It's Consumer Price Index, and then we had some unemployment claim news as well. So they're both very positive, you know. So that was good, but that caused a big spike. But they were red and orange tabs. That means flagged. That means they were very important. But they had those at 8:30 this morning. It obviously was leaked a little bit early. Since it happened at 7:50, which tends to happen sometimes. The inside guys will kind of get early numbers there, so they'll move price quicker sometimes and already put their move in, and that's what happened here at 7:50. So anyway, so we kind of expect the open to kind of be sporadic this morning, probably, and as the market kind of has their opportunity from a retail standpoint to kind of make their mark on this move and this news. So we'll see some movement probably early on today, pretty good. We have some more news today at 10:30 and 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, but they're all light news, meaning I don't expect to see too much movement because of that. We have nat gas storage report at 10:30, which is a low-level economic report. 30-year bond auction at 1 o'clock, a report on that, and a federal budget balance at 2 o'clock. So not too worried about that stuff, to be honest with you. So, but the big news has already happened. The core CPI was positive, as well as the unemployment claims were down, which is good. So so that's what the news is all about this morning. So we should see some action around that. All right. All right. Yep. So now it's just kind of getting into the chart and seeing what you got marked up and why, and hanging out until something presents.
Yeah, I did go to my phone's YouTube, and I'm looking up the video, and you're right. It's not my message. The only one that came up was the from your main account page. Text me if you have any questions. Yeah, it come up.
Yeah,
so now I'm like a little concerned. I'm being watched and limited to my ability here. So what's going on?
I think that's just one of those. It's just a disruption in the internet real quickly. That's all it was.
Yeah. So
I see all your other comments, and I usually see those every day because I can see I can hear you typing them out, and then they show up on the chat. So I mean they're coming through for the most part. I just don't know why that one didn't. But you're good.
That one that really needs to help people cannot go through.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So this, just kind of looking at the big picture here, I don't have any zones thrown. I had something yesterday I wanted to delete it that were already triggered. And so right now I don't have any ones here I'm looking at. I guess you could say, I'm looking at this one here, one at 1:45 this morning. Let me look at it. See, I don't think it's been triggered yet. 1:45. Yeah, 1:45.
Yeah, I already marked that. I got that one marked up, and that's actually where the news spike went to that little tiny zone there and bounced. So.
Okay, so is it triggered?
Yeah, it's triggered already. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, it's already triggered.
No. All right, so I don't have any. Do you have any right now?
Not to the upside. I don't. I mean, there's going to be some action, some hesitation for sure around the 2355 candle, the big spike. There's going to be some action around there if price gets there. Up to the high side, there's going to be some rejection just because to the left of that, through the night last night, there's a lot of sideways action right there.
I'm sorry, what time candle?
It's from last night, 2355 candle. It's the high spike. I mean, if you look at your chart there, you'll see that.
Okay, yeah. 2355, yeah.
So there's going to be, and because to the left of that, that's the reason I say that, to the left of that, you'll see a lot of sideways action right there. So there's a lot of indecision right there. So there's going to be some bouncing going on right now, but I'm not going to probably use that. If I do, it'll be very tight, and it'll be at the intraday type of thing, intracandle type of thing. But other than that, I do have a zone drawn from the bottom, but that's from a 1 hour candle. And it goes all the way back into the low of the 1455 candle from yesterday. So to the high of 1415. That's kind of the zone there, but it's on from a 1 hour chart. But that's what it looks like on a 5 minute chart.
Okay.
So we'll see some action right there. Price gets
The
down to that.
the 1500 on the 1 hour charts.
Yeah, probably on the 1 hour. Let me back out to it.
Yeah, we had a zone there around there yesterday. I removed it.
Yeah, that's 1500. Yeah, that's it. So it was So that's the new zone. It became support there after it broke through the resistance from a couple days earlier. So that's that's going to be a good zone this morning. If price gets down to that, we'll look at it because there's going to be some action there, some support for sure.
Okay.
But other than that, man, that's what we got right now. Nothing more.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of engulfed on this 750 candle from this morning, the big news candle. Everything's kind of engulfed into that.
Yeah.
We're gonna. There will be a little zone. There's going to be some zones created inside that, but I want to get outside of that candle first.
Sure.
For me, I want price to get outside that candle before we find any new zones. So it'll be more of an intraday zone today that we find probably and trade out of.
Yeah, and I like those anyways a lot. It's kind of I feel better about those sometimes.
Okay, well, good. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Ooh. Excuse me.
Right. Let's see. So we have this. I guess for a T10 opportunity, the 750 candle, which we said engulfs pretty much everything so far from the last several hours to from down right now. So because it engulfs that, we cannot use, for example, the 745, even though it broke the previous one high, just because of that big rejection wick at the bottom, right? It could be anywhere in there, so we cannot use the 745 candle to draw a demand and supply zone. Even though if you were to draw it, you can see it was respected and it's being respected. But am I correct on that?
Yeah, I mean you can draw it. I mean it's going to be more risky, and obviously it worked out, nicely, but yeah, it's just a little more risky. I don't like big news wicks like that, news candles, and trying to trade inside of those. I just don't like those personally. So I mean, you could use it, but I just don't want to draw it for this method. I want to wait until we kind of get outside there.
Okay.
But yeah, it worked nice. But I mean, even the 830 worked nice, but for a little demand area. But I just don't like that.
Yeah. Good.
So
Okay. Now, I'm no surprise. I think we were in the 2900s yesterday. The price went up to we're in the 30s now, right? Or in the 3000s, yeah. I think overall.
Got up in the 21.75.
Yeah, we're in a little uptrend here. Good. It's good.
Yeah. We want to see movement, so that's good.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, well, man, look at that move from late yesterday, around 1900.
Yeah.
Strong push up. And what I typically see, tell me if this is a good observation or not, or a correct one, is when I see a strong push like that, especially like overnight, I'll see that eventually they'll come back and start coming and collecting some money that was left over in those areas that they moved so fast through. So the kind of price will come back down to kind of the original point, and let's say at the beginning of 3,000, but very, very slowly. Kind of like what happened this morning. Is that common?
Yeah, it's very common. Yep. If it's not a real hard push, there's a lot of reason behind it, yeah, it'd come back in and collect more orders that were created off that push. You know, they weren't there before. I mean, anytime a push goes through, anytime price goes through a certain area, every order had to be picked up there. So what you're seeing is that big push was going so hard and fast that it's left money in this area, down in these areas, you know. So they're coming back to get it. Yeah, basically is what you're saying, and that's correct. Yeah.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I'm looking at the big spike. They went to the what time was that here? 1600 hours. Little hidden zone there. Yeah, the 1605 candle.
Yeah.
Looks like that's a little hidden zone there, the 1-2.
Yep, I see it. Yes, sir. But isn't it funny how they go to these certain areas like that, and
Yeah.
and then they move away from those areas? And I mean, it's intentional. You know, it's not by happens to be that. I mean, it's all intentional when these kind of big moves happen, where they're going and where they bounce or reject from. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of neat to watch that. I always like seeing that.
It is. I was looking at some markets yesterday on my phone, and it was really hard to see because the candles were really small. But just nothing related to this. But like you said, they do the same thing. They respect demand. If you can find them, you can pick them out in other markets too.
Yeah, what other markets did you look at?
I don't even know. It was on my phone. I was just kind of messing around, so I couldn't even. I didn't even pay attention to what market it was. Of course, the screen is like super small, but I was trying to look, and the little I was able to see, I was able to pick up those supply and demand signals.
Yeah, I mean, they work for everything from stocks, you know, because a real big thing right now, it has been for the last couple of years, but for people to learn to trade penny stocks, you know.
Yeah. I think I told you I used to do a little penny stock myself.
Yeah, but these penny stocks are anywhere from $1 to $10. It's kind of they still consider those penny stocks, and that's a big thing. It's called small caps, you know, and that's a big thing for people to do that kind of. And there's actually some good trading communities out there on YouTube that's all they do, and they do very well, you know. And I've looked into them pretty deeply, and everything's legitimate, and they do a good job, you know. But some of those courses you have to pay a lot of money up front to get into, and then learn the method. But I've got TD Ameritrade as well, and I pull up charts for the stocks and stuff, and just kind of watch that for every once in a while, and the same method applies, man. The same supply and demand zones happen at the kick of the day, you know, when all the momentum's getting ready to open on the market open. All the momentum's pushing, it'll come back down to a supply or demand zone and push off, you know, and that's where everybody kind of makes their money, you know,
Right.
really quick, and it's exciting and it's fun, but it applies to that, you know, and it applies to everything. I mean, it's a universal law of supply and demand, you know. You just have to learn to pick them out and get good at doing that, and it's going to work for everything, you know.
Yeah.
Something I'll introduce here down the road is, you know, I've got all the futures market charts up. You know, I watch all of them just because they all move a lot. But one of the main markets I watch for ES, and I'll eventually start trading that on here so people can see after a while, but is the bonds market, you know, the 30-year bond, the ZB market. Okay. So, and the reason I like watching it's $31.25 a tick, you know, as well. So it's nice to grab some money out of that. But what it does, it's directly correlated with the ES, meaning that for us it goes opposite of the ES. So anytime the ES is moving up, the ZB moves down. Anytime the ES moves down, the ZB is moving up. So you can one kind of leads the other sometimes, so you can kind of get a little heads up, what's getting ready to happen, and so you can. But those are going to be for a little bit longer moves. I like to do a lot of swing trading on those, which I kind of mentioned earlier, and I like to hold those overnight, and I get into those actually in the evening times and then wake up to either made money or lost money, and that's different.
Right.
That's different from the auto trader. I'm not talking about the auto trader. So, but it's a nice method as well that does really well and can make a lot of points during the week, But that's for later on during the channel. Later on down the road for the channel. But for right now, we just concentrate on this method, getting people used to making 1 point and learning how to make 1 point first, and then as the account will grow and get bigger, and you can kind of diversify it into some other things that kind of compound that, But for right now, we just want to focus on the 1 point. But the method works on any chart, man, because it's all supply and demand. That's a universal law, and outside the markets as well, So.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, so pretty cool.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, we're not too far from the open here.
4 minutes from the open. 3 minutes. Eating your breakfast, Soto?
So I had some cereal. Somebody gave me some cereal. I'm not I can eat cereal. I think you're a big cereal eater, aren't you?
Yeah, I like cereal.
You're you're that's right. I remember that. And so I haven't eaten cereal in a while, so I was like, let me eat some cereal. I got some milk. And I just feel like a little kid when I eat cereal. I don't know why.
That's good, man. Get in touch with the inner child, man.
I had a hard upbringing.
Well, maybe you don't want to get into that.
I was raised in the desert.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
We had to climb a mountain just to go to school. Not for me to go to school, for others to go to school. I had to take food to the other kids in school.
Oh, did you? Oh, that was nice of you. You couldn't go to school,
I was not allowed to go to school, so yeah, I had to climb uphill both ways. No worries.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Barefooted and
Barefoot.
2 feet of snow.
That's right.
Oh, you're in the desert, so it could have been snow, but.
Well, the Antarctica's a desert, right? So,
yeah, okay, so yeah, you're in the ice caps, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You have a rough life, bro. Sorry, man. Rough childhood.
I know, bro. I was talking to my friend up in Michigan.
Uh-huh.
He said he went camping I think a couple of days ago. He said that it's already in the 50s and 40s.
Wow.
I was like, which is perfect weather, for camping.
Yeah, it's camping weather right there.
And I was like, yeah. And that day it was like 100 degrees here, so I was like, yeah, it's 100 degrees here, but we're having a good time. So.
Yeah, well, everybody, how are they doing? Everybody good?
Everybody's doing well, yeah.
Good.
Doug, I love Doug. He's like, I haven't done anything on the yard. I only cut half of the grass. It's going wild. It's getting under control for him. But his schedule. He picked up. He has his regular schedule, but he picked up additional responsibilities because nobody else wants to do it. So he does get paid some extra money for it, but unfortunately, on his week off, he has to work, and he goes in a lot, makes up for people that don't want to go to work or doesn't show up. It's kind of wild, man.
That's from being a physician standpoint. Yeah, that's kind of odd, I would think. I would think
Yeah.
that would be a responsible position.
Yeah. Just I mean, we won't mention the hospital, but the like I told, don't go there.
Right.
So
Well,
yeah.
that's it. So it won't be too much longer then that he starts paying for it to be done.
Yeah, unfortunately, he owes. We talked about it the other day. He owes a little over $1 million.
Uh-huh.
So that's why he has to work so much.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, just man, student loans is crazy. So
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
yeah, that's a lot of money to owe.
Yeah, it is.
The stress is real. All the struggle is real. Like,
Well, we got market open right here, so let
Yes.
it do what it wants to do. But I wanted to get outside this zone. Like I said earlier, I wanted to get outside of this big candle before I consider any kind of directional trades.
I don't know if you noticed, we picked up a subscriber. 19.
Yeah, I saw that, which was cool, man. I like that a lot. That was really cool. I mean, it's going to grow, but it's going to grow slowly because I don't advertise it. I don't market it. We'll just have to. People have to find it organically, and that's fine. That's good for us being new here,
Yeah.
on YouTube and trying to figure this whole thing out. That hopefully by the time it actually gets some legs and starts going and moving pretty well, that we have a good group of people in the chat asking questions, talking. It looks like we've been doing this for 10 years. That's the hope
Right.
as it gets bigger and grows. But so I'm not too worried about it. Let us kind of figure out, work out some bugs, learn how to talk through this, learn how to manage our 2-hour time frame here when the markets are slow.
Yep.
All that good stuff makes a difference. So.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about that. But that's cool. Yeah, we had added another subscriber. That's very cool.
Yep. So that goes for me making 19 YouTube accounts, by the way.
Whatever.
Just kidding. Just joking.
Oh, that's funny.
I like that we can joke around and be ourselves, really. So,
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, if you can't joke around by yourself, then I don't want to be a part of that.
that's right. Volume looks really, really low. Let's see. We're in the 4,000s, yeah?
Yeah. That just tells you it's, a lot of retails, right?
Yeah. So is everyone officially rolled over? Like if we were to not roll over, what would we be seeing right now?
You still see the same chart, it's just the price action would be a lot different and volume would be a lot different. And that's one reason you do see volume low, is because a lot of people hadn't rolled over yet or hadn't figured out to roll over, or they're not paying attention to that. You can still trade the old contract for a few more days, it'd be okay. It's just, usually I have a market analyzer up and looking at the volume on both contracts, and that's usually when I'll roll, is when the new contract takes over volume-wise. But I don't have that pulled up right now. But that's what would happen. You'd still be seeing the same stuff. It just the price action would be a little bit different.
Yeah.
But you still see the same. You can still trade off the old contract. But
Yeah. I'm looking at the. I just pulled it up. I just pulled the overall. It's 27,000.
Yeah, so that tells you a lot of people are still in the old contract. They hadn't rolled yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
For our purpose, we're okay where we are.
Yeah, we're fine. Let me see. I'll go back to that. Yeah, you still see the same price action, And from a volume, if I was trading 1,000 contracts right now, I'd move it over to the old contract,
Right.
But I'm not doing that right now. So.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Just want to pull that up real quick. Check it out.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there's still a lot of volume on the old contract. And that's quite a bit of difference. So I might actually just move to the old contract again here.
Go. There we go. There it is.
There it is. What, huh?
No, just you're gonna leave it behind here.
No, I'm not. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
I got both up, bro. Just tell me where you want to go, man. I'm ready to rock.
You got both of them going. No, I'm gonna stay on the 12 because I mean it's gonna be the same moves, and I'm not looking to.
Right, we don't have to fill a lot of orders in, right? So it doesn't really matter. Is that correct?
That's correct.
If we, like you just said, if we had 1,000 contracts we're trading, then we need that amount of people to pick up the orders, right? Those orders.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah, I think I told you, Mitchell. I thought I told him to roll over, and he didn't roll over forever. And I think he was only trading where like 2 people were on the. On the thing. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. But I'm good over here.
That's funny. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, the moves look the same. Looks like they kind of seems to be respecting the 930 zone here. Let's see how long they respect it.
It's a big. Yeah, we're gonna watch this next minute or so because it looks to be a possibly a pushback to
the downside.
Yeah, if this thing closes down below here, it'll be an engulfing bearish candle, and we'll look to be short. You know, we'll look for a little retrace back up into that zone right there that's created at 930, and to the short side even.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait for this candle.
And it has to fully engulf it.
Well, I mean, I'd like it to be pretty close to engulfing it. Yeah, I mean, it could stop right there and be fine, you know, but I don't want it to go back halfway up. I mean, it needs to basically engulf the body. Like, even if it closed right now, it's an engulfing candle, you know. If it closed at 30, not 9.3 quarters, you know, it'd be fine. But I don't know what's going to do that. It might just reject out of that zone and go on. We'll have to see. Definitely something to watch. So.
Yep. All right. So what does that tell you? It's not.
That tells me it's going to be long. You know, that's a pretty good bullish rejection there out of that zone at out of that little hidden zone at 930. So I'd be looking to the long side.
All right.
But I don't know any better than you do. You know, until we get this little, because always, if you look at even from the 750 candle, right, to the 835 candle, to the 905 candle, even all the way up to the 935 candle, you keep seeing higher lows. You know,
Right.
so that's a potential indication until that's broken that it will be going higher. So we need that structure broken
Yep.
before we really consider a short trade. Yeah, come on now.
Can you hear it? Okay, look at that. Strong. Now, for example, the 935 candle and the 945 candle, if they were next to each other, would that be the move you say you're looking for the downside? Or can there be, a candle in between, like in this case?
No, I'd like it to be the immediate next candle, even though this is breaking to the short side, I don't know how strong this is going to be to the downside, but I would like to have seen it the very next candle in compass.
All right. There's a lot of hesitation there. There's a lot of price action there.
Yeah, a lot of support there, a lot of buyers in there, so I think you'll see that happen. And I actually think that's, bounce at 5 1/4 here, I think.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they break through it right now.
anyway, considering putting a trade in at 305 even for the long side.
305 even. Yeah, I was looking at 305 and a quarter. You're even. Then they're breaking it here.
Yeah, but I don't think it's. I think it's going to be respected.
Yeah.
Put one in right there?
No, I'm looking at potentially putting one in using the 1605 candle. Get down that far.
Yeah, but I would definitely draw a zone there. I think that's a good spot. Actually, I think that's a really good spot if it would break that.
Yeah.
Where would you go in at? Right at the 301 and a quarter? Right at the top? Or would you front run it?
I think I'm looking to the other problem is you got the 750 candle there, the wick low.
Yeah, I think I would front run this right here.
Okay.
I actually like it. I like the way it looks. There's enough support there in the 1900 area, for the big move, and I think it would break below that, and then so I'm actually going to put in trade. I actually like that. I'm going to put it on at 301.50.
Order pending.
See if we can get it to bounce right off that 25 and give us a point out of that.
Yeah.
So I actually like it. Volume's still not. Oh gosh, excuse me, man. I start going to bed before midnight.
Yeah, man, that's.
But anyway, so yeah, I'd like to see volume decreasing here into that zone, and then I think that's a great possibility of a trade here. It actually might be a really good bounce for a good while, I think. Let's see if we can get a bounce. Come on, baby. Come on there and go. I want this trade right here. I like it. I like this candle stretching.
I think we're going to see some rejection off here at the low, the wick low of the 750 candle.
Yeah, I think we might get it. Break through that pretty quick, I think. Pretty strong. So there you go. Come on down there and get us. It's a matter if we can break through all this little mess to the left around 1900. It's bouncing right now.
Yeah.
It's bouncing right now at the 1915 candle.
1950.
It's right before that real big move up. It's bouncing right there on that one. But I'm hoping it pushes through that just a little bit. Enough to just bounce it and grab us and jump and go long.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff there.
They can push through there. There you go. Come on. Volume's increasing that, but the candle's stretching pretty good into an area, so I like that right there. I like that right there. Come on. okay with it. It looks like it needs to rest, you know. It looks like it needs to bounce here. And hopefully we're in a good position for that to happen.
Bottom here.
Yeah, it might have already bounced on us. Down a little bit more. There you go. It's sitting on us. It's touching us.
Order
All
filled.
right, we're in.
Stop
That
filled.
was a quick bounce. That was good.
Good.
Oh man, get on up there.
Yeah.
Target filled.
Good job, buddy.
Got it. I actually meant to try to move it higher. I think that's going to bounce pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. We got a
I-
point.
Got a good point.
So now we can be a little more picky here. I'm actually going to put another trade in right here at the 350 too.
Order pending.
Yeah, actually,
3.5.
I just got in.
Oh, you got another one in?
Yeah, I just got another one, and I'm doing a runner. It's, I'll tell you more about those later. I can teach you how to do those things, but I'm trailing. Right now, I'm at 2.25, baby, my first runner.
Good job, buddy. Good job. You moved into
All right.
profit?
I'm not doing it. I'm doing it right now. So I'm moving
Lock
into
it
profit.
in. Yeah, there you go. Lock it in.
I just locked it in.
Yeah, good job.
Okay, so I've never done this before, so I don't know how much I went to lock it in. Okay, just it did it automatically for me. So right now I'm at 303. It's going to took me out. Yeah, it took me out, which was fun. So it took me out at 3,003.25. So let me see what my. I'll tell you my level.
Yeah, how many points did you get out of that?
I made $200. So for one contract.
Yeah.
So yeah, for points.
Good job, man.
Thank you, bud.
Good.
So I set up my, and this is something I want to go over with you later, probably not on the channel, just it doesn't apply to anyone else, or at least for now.
Right.
But the way I have my, that I think, the way I set up my stop is for, I think you have it where you manually move it yourself, is that correct?
No, I've got it to where that's what happened on this trade right here. Actually, at 4 ticks, I have my profit. I have my trailing stop to move to 1 tick in profit. And
Okay.
What happened was I tried to grab one of them because it went 4 ticks, and it didn't push through to 5 ticks right away. So my second position actually went 1 tick into profit, and the price came down and got it out real quick. So it left me with my first position sitting there that I had to move manually, and I was going to move it manually, but I was going to move my profit target up. I think this price is going to go up to around the 308 area before it does anything, so I wanted to move it, and it already got me. But I have an automatic trailing stop, you know.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So I do too. Let me tell you what mine is.
Yeah.
Let me look at the edit here. So what I have is I got target 1, quantity 1, stop loss 4, profit 4, stop strategy none. Then on my target 2, I got 1, stop loss 4, profit I just got 105. But then I have stop strategy at step 1, stop loss of 4, profit trigger at 12.
Okay.
So now again, this is just me making this up the best I knew how. But it worked there without even me locking that one point. So I don't have it locking in the first point. I got the first contract getting me out, and then the second order still being in.
Yeah, that's okay, but you got one, but you are locking in one at 4 ticks.
Right, I'm locking one and getting out of that one.
But you're not. But your stop's not moving up until
Not
it
yet.
goes into 12 into
Yeah.
12 ticks in profit, then your stop moves up into profit.
That's right.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Yeah, you're just leaving that second position or your other positions. You're just leaving it on a 1 point stop or 1 point loss until it moves into a certain area. And that's okay because that would scratch you, you know.
But I don't want like I don't want to. Yeah, I prefer not to have that because at the end of the day, you're losing about $7 in commission.
Yeah, you're losing commission there every time you scratch a trade. Yeah.
But now, if you tell me probability-wise, that's okay. Then I'll do whatever you say. But like I said, that's the best way. I knew how to do it, and I wanted to talk to you about it. But it worked out great because I moved my stop after you told me to lock it at 1 point. I locked it at 1 point, but then as soon as it went up, 12 ticks, whatever, it locked the. I don't know if you heard the cash thing. Lock it in.
Canceled.
And so locked in this 13, and then they just came back right to it. So I was able to exit of it at 303. That was exciting. That was good.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good job.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little excited.
No, that's good, man. I'm glad. Yeah, that's great, man. Good for you. That's a good first runner for you.
Yeah, good little runner.
Yeah, you just made your points for the week right there. You take off.
I know. That's right.
Good job. Man.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I like that we saw that zone. It wasn't an obvious one, at least not maybe a first, but we were able to pick that zone out at 1605. We saw a lot of obviously, if you look at it, you can't miss the all that traffic jam right above it on the north side of it.
Right.
So, which again, that's why we were able to jump ahead of it. Which I while we've been trading here.
Huh?
Mitchell's ready, by the way.
Okay. Well, here, let me go ahead and bring him in, and then we can continue the discussion.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, good morning. Soto, you there?
Soto. There he is.
Yeah, there's Soto.
Morning,
that
guys.
sucks. Morning.
Yeah. We're all champions. Yeah, how you guys doing?
Good. I'm trying to roll over.
Dude, don't even roll over,
You
bro.
don't have to right now. It's fine. You can if you want to, but there's still more volume on the old contract.
Yeah, I'm on the old bro. I just made 4 points or so. Life is good.
Dang, go.
Yeah.
How'd you make 4? You run that trailing stop right there?
Yeah, I got 1 point, and then I entered a second. Then I put another trade in, and then I locked in that 1 point, and then I did a trail on the second contract to I guess 2 points, and then yeah.
Awesome.
Just because I got a great night's sleep, bro. I slept a full night. I'm telling you, man.
Well, there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah, that coconut butter, bro, it's life changing.
I hope you're being for real.
I'm being for real 100. That's the problem.
The best part of that is you have multiple years of medical school.
Yeah, no,
And I
that's
have
just
an accounting degree, and I'm like, hey, go get some coconut oil.
Okay. They don't tell you about coconut oil and medical school.
God gave us everything we need on this earth.
It's actually interesting you say that. Coconut water in some of the islands were used as IV because they're sterile to help people get hydrated again when they're extremely dehydrated.
Really?
Yeah. So see, I knew that. So I was ready if I ever got stuck in an island and we needed to start an IV.
You'd
I would
climb up
grow
and crack a
up.
bunch of coconut and get the juice out.
Yeah. I would vomit if I saw you give yourself an IV with a coconut.
You squeamish, man?
Yeah, real squeamish when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, your dad cannot. I told your dad, I was like, dude, if I vomit on you, I'm sorry. Your dad was like, if you vomit on me, I'll be vomiting.
Yeah, so I cut my arm horribly when I was 16. I mean, I laid it like 44 stitches and blood transfusion, like it was nasty. And my dad he got there to the hospital. I'm going to be in there with you, son, when they work on you. Like, I'll be in there. I'm not going to leave you. I was like, all right, I'm not kidding. He was in there for 10 seconds and said, if it's all right with you, I'm going to step out of the room. I said, go on, Dad, I get it.
About to lose it, huh?
Yeah, Mom said that's all she remembers about having me in the hospital is she was about to give birth and she heard the doctor say, get the dad, and Dad hit the floor.
That's funny.
Something about the epidural needle when he saw it. He said he just went out. He was like, no.
Is that got the big scar down your arm?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like a tattoo.
Yeah, that's I heard that story.
Yeah, the exhaust pipe of my truck. You don't want to tangle with it. I'm lucky it didn't cut it off.
Sounds like it, man. Dang.
It was bad. It was real bad. Of course, I was 16, doing what I was supposed to be doing in the moment, so I had to hear I told you so.
I think we've all heard that a time or two.
It's like, I understand now. I'm partially crippled.
Okay, easy, Chief. That's what Soto likes to say. Easy,
Yeah.
Chief.
No, it was bad. It was months. I mean, probably 6 or 7 months of pretty intense
I bet. Dang.
healing and rehab.
I bet that sounds nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, I think I'm going home for the day, dude. I'm done. Y'all can have it.
All right.
So y'all need to learn to run this thing here. I'm gonna give y'all access. Y'all can just run it.
All right.
Where's Soto at? And quiet.
Up here.
He's just calling.
I'm trading. I'm on a run right now, guys. Sorry.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You got in right there. You got in at 304 even, didn't you?
Four flat.
Yeah, I was looking at that. But
Yeah.
why you gotta keep it quiet, man? Why are you trying to keep it quiet, dude?
You guys are talking. You mean interrupt? I just got.
Yeah, if you can say I'm in a trade, yeah, interrupt. Man. It's about accountability here, dude. It's all about accountability.
So where'd you get it? So when did you trade?
This candle, the same candle right here. And so they came back, and I figured they were coming back down, so I put it right at the bottom of the 630 candle there from where did I do this candle at? Anyway, where's that zone from? Why do I have that zone?
Which zone are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Oh, I have a zone. Okay, I know what I did. So I drew from the bottom of the 630 candle to the top, to the bottom of the 7 o'clock candle, and I drew that area there for me, has a little support, and then I traded from the bottom of that, and then I got picked up and I trailed, I got my point, then I trailed up to 05.5, so I got a point and a half in addition to my other point.
Yeah, nice.
And I just moved it too quick. It's still taking off. That's okay. I had to lock it in.
Yeah.
So,
that's one thing I was going to show you, talk to y'all about is when you get your first point done and you're feeling good about and you got a good area come in like that, you can actually put in a trade that's got a little bit wider stop of the whole zone, but you're going to let it ride 2 to 3 times the value of that zone. Okay, so you'll get 7-8 point runners by doing that, and this is definitely.
I've never done a trailing stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they tried to explain it to me one day, but
Yeah.
I quickly knew he didn't really know what he was doing.
This was his first one. Now he's gotten 2 in his belt, and he's feeling like a king right now. So
Well, he's a good teacher, so I'll have to tap into the knowledge. But the first round, he was like, I don't really know what this thing is. Just set it up like this, and we'll use it every now and then. We never use it.
I was honest. I told him, I said, look, I'm not sure how this is supposed to, but, this is all I know.
yeah, that's pretty.
I was just being
simple
upfront.
to do it. I mean, it's not much.
So
to
you
it.
trade it just like you normally would? It runs itself?
Yeah, you just need to have.
See, they're
multiple
jumping off
positions.
I'm interrupting. They're jumping up around the 6 1/4 to the 6.75 area. Do you see that support there?
Yeah,
I'm looking at potential long side here.
you're gonna go. Wait a minute, 6 1/4.
6.25.
Yeah, you're looking for it to go past and bounce back into that support and go long again.
You could actually have something right there, so
Yeah. That's right.
A lot of sideways there, a lot of support. Yep.
Yeah.
Gunslinging, I like it.
Yeah, man.
he's back.
I get a full over.
I kicked him yesterday, BK.
You did what?
I kicked him a little bit. See, we had to spur him on. He's been in hibernation.
Yeah. Yeah, you did kick him with those couple of your trades yesterday. Yeah, you did. You made him jealous, so he's going to have to get back in the game.
It's like, come on, man, where have you been? I missed you. Come back.
Yeah, that's worked for him so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
30 points tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm not trading there yet. I'm not liking that they haven't broken the previous candle there, the 1005 candle, yet. So I'm kind of not doing anything right now because there's a lot of hesitation up there at 8 flat also. So I'm kind of just keeping an eye on it, just letting you know
Good.
when I'm loud.
I still like it.
Yeah. I
If
think
you
you're
would
right.
trade it, you'd be, because it capped it or uncapped it, so you'd have gotten in. You want to watch it.
So yeah, I got two runs. That's good.
So when do you do the trailing stop?
Go ahead, Soto.
Okay, well, so I really would prefer BK to answer that, but from my understanding, so what you want to do is when you expect a long, that they're going to be moving in that direction. Like in this case, we saw price come all the way down, but we expected it that they were going to shoot back up. So after we got our 1 point, right?
Hang on, can you pause for a second? You know me, I'm the ask a ton of questions. What gave you the indication that it was going to run? Because you had a run, you watched the 1 run candle, or what gave you that hint?
Oh, I think it was just, for me, now I guess BK will be better answering this, but for me, it was just that they were reaching down. It was a quick move down, and I just thought that they were just moving down to come and get something to do back up. So that's the only thing I got going there for me. I think BK will probably be best answering that.
But no, yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. The issue is we had news this morning that was positive, okay? So that was factor one for me. We got new positive news. We had that's what that big 750 spike's about. Price is coming, it's into that 10 o'clock area to where 9:45 to 10 o'clock time frame to where usually I can get some good direction from the big boys at that point. Price was stretching down into a zone that was strong, very, very strong. It was going to get just past this big wick, So for me, it just looks like the ideal setup for a good hard bounce and a good kind of springboard to go long for at least back up into this high. I think it's going to go all the way back up to break the 14 high. You know, I personally think it's going to go long. So I just felt that everything's set up perfectly to do that because it's a very strong floor for it to bounce off of. Probably the candles are stretching down there, volume was decreasing, you know, so it's just all kind of lined up for me to get a good bounce out of it, you know. So that's the only reason I felt like it was going to bounce back up into, if nothing else. There it goes. Look at that. There it goes. That's big boys coming through.
Order filled.
There it is, guys.
What?
So there it is.
Yeah. Who got in?
Man.
Somebody get in there?
No, we would all busted had we got in at the 306.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone short anyway into that, but this is what I was talking about. This big boys jumping in here, you know, and moving, and we did have some news this morning too at 10 o'clock, I think, didn't we? Or 10:30.
Yeah.
That's not till 10:30, but that's not even really anything to look at. But
That's probably one of the quickest volume spikes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah, it's wow. Yeah, I had a trade to go long at 4.5, and it didn't catch me.
yeah. But it's just but to just look at the overall picture of that and think about the whole scenario. We had positive news, right?
Right.
This morning we know around 10 o'clock, 9:45 to 10:15, you usually have the big boys come in to make their move for the day. You know, we had stretched down into a area of support, you know, where they made a big move from earlier last night, right? So that just tells me, you know, we're going to recover from this morning. It's a feeling of it's just a long move situation. That's what it was about, you know. It's just from experience watching that, knowing how the market moves, you know, why things move, and that's the personality of the market, you know, how it reacts to things, and that's just what I felt. That was the main reason. So, but this would have been one of those perfect ones. I mean, obviously it's after the fact, but even I was going to say it. I meant to say something to Soto about it earlier, but this is definitely one of those that we would have actually stretched out our stop to the bottom of this zone and gone 2 to 3 times the width of my zone right here that I've got on my chart. And what I mean, the zone was drawn on that 1605 candle, right? That whole zone right there. You'd have put an entry in at 301.25 where we had our entry, when your stop would have gone down to 299 even, but I would have also gone 3 times that zone for my target profit, which I would have gotten, you know. So that's a little bit different trade, but you're going to, as you get better at getting that 1 point, you're going to start to see these things happening, and you're going to start to say, well, crap, man. That zone worked out. I was just hitting it at the wrong spot, you know. But that's, like I said, it's a little more of a different strategy, but you'll find the more you watch it, the more it works.
Volume's still just sailing north.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna recover that big wick. I mean, by the end of the day, I think it's gonna come back in here. And where would we bounce at? Right here. That's what I gotta look at. Where would we go bounce to go long? 311.25 maybe. Right at that support. That could possibly be a long shot, long entry there.
11.25.
Yeah, that could possibly be an entry for that, because it's going to recover that wick. You know, all that thing did is get up there and take out all those long positions right there above all those previous morning highs. They're just taking out all them breakout traders. All they're doing is they're going up there, whipping above that, entering all these traders, and they're backing all the way up to take out stops, and then they're going to gain strength and go back long. That's what's going to happen.
Order filled.
It's amazing the difference in 20 years experience.
Target filled.
I just took it. Got my point, and I got my runner running. So
I'm trying to get my trail 5 in.
yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and back out my stop though, because it's one tick in the profit. I'm gonna let this thing run. So I got right in at 11 1/4. Got my first point, and I'm letting my trail run at this point. So at the very minimum, I'm going to go ahead and move. I'm going to put my profit target at the high of that wick.
Well, now, I put in the trail 5, and it took me out at a 1 point.
But you did what? I'm sorry?
I bought with the trail 5, I guess.
The trail. What's the trail 5?
That's my. Sorry, that's my 1 point stop.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but what it did, it moved you in, right, to 1 point, right? You got 1 point out of it?
I did.
You got one contract or two? Or
One contract.
Yeah, so what happened, it just moved you into 1 point, but price came back and took you out before it took long. That's all it did. So the trail stop's best used really with multiple contracts. That way you can get your 1 point out of the first contract, and then your second contract can move to plus 1 tick.
Let me stop you here real quick, because I'm in the trade and I'm 2 points.
I have literally gotten probably 7 points off this thing.
Alright, I'm 2 points, 5 points in. Should I lock the 1 point in or not lock it?
Yeah, lock it in, man. At this point, yeah, lock it.
How do you lock it in?
You just manually move your stop up. So
okay, I'm locking it in as we're going. It's going up.
What are you locking in?
And the second point at
12 1/4. Is that where you're putting your second?
It just took me out. Dang it.
Oh, you got it. Where'd you get in at?
They're at the 12.75.
That's where you got it at 12.75. Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you get? You must have. Your stop must be moving way close to price then. 'Cause my stop is still at 12 1/4. I mean, I'm up 7.
Okay, see, that's where I need help. That's why I'm not understanding, I guess.
We'll look at your.
You have it set up right.
Yeah, we'll look at your ATM here. I mean, it sounds like it's right. I just think it's too aggressive. Is all it is. I think your ATM's just a little too aggressive, man. I think because of it's moving too close to price when it trails in.
It's not letting it breathe.
Yeah, it's not letting it breathe. That's right, and it's coming back and taking you out. But it's just moving so close to your price. So mine, I just have moved 1 tick into profit. So. And then at that point, I can manually adjust it as price either moves up or moves back down or what have you.
Okay, where did you enter at?
Huh?
Where was your entry at?
11 1/4, like I was talking about earlier.
Oh, I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Yeah, so I got in 11 1/4. I got a position so I got my trail running right now. So it's up a few $100, but my stop's at 1/4. I mean, my stop's been moved to 12 1/4 manually.
Okay, so I only made 162.5 on that trade.
Okay.
So that means I got my 1 point. That's the $50, and so that means I made the rest 111. So a little over 2 points from the trail.
Yeah, that's about almost 3 points. Yeah, so 2 7/4, 2 3/4 points, what have you. But yeah, that's just meaning your stop's moving close, which is fine, because you're gonna get some rejection. I mean, you're better off to get it if you can get it, let it run, But I mean, you did good. I wouldn't mess with it right now. Go ahead and lock, because it locks in 2 to 3 points pretty fast, or 2 points pretty quick. It sounds like.
Right.
So I mean, if you want a runner that's going to run 10 or 12 points, it's not going to happen because your trail's too tight. But but there's nothing wrong with locking in 2 and 3 points, is there? Pretty quick.
So that's what was happening with me. So my trail was 1 point below my. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what it is. Yep.
Yeah. So we just need to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, later, or not necessarily today, but someday in the future, we need to just look at that together real quick. Because I know what you're talking about. but when you said lock it in, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, well, I want to lock in the 1 point and a tick, correct? Lock in a point and a tick, so you have break. You can. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, and that's what that simply all that is all that is on your ATM strategy. Your first profit target. If you're doing one contract, your profit target's four ticks, right? 5 ticks, right? And then
Right.
your trail stop was just going to be +1. That's what you break even +1. Which means it would move into just a tick above your entry price. So if no worst case scenario, you cover your commissions for that second trade. But
Oh, okay. So you're only moving up 1 tick.
yeah, I only move 1 tick into profit, and then from there I manually adjust. Like right now, based on this price action, I'm going to move my stop all the way up to 14 even.
Yeah.
So I'm guaranteed to lock in now, but I do that manually. I don't let the ATM do that. I let the ATM get me into the trade, okay, and get my first point, and then move my second position into profit. But then at that point, I manually handle it at that point.
Got it, boss. Okay, so yeah, I think when you were yelling at me, it's like lock it in, lock it in. I just kept moving up and up, real close to prize. So I'm like locking in up, those 2 points and a quarter, whatever.
Yeah.
But I was getting too close to prize, which I knew. But at the same time, I'm okay with, because if you look, they're going right to the 20 and a quarter area. They're bouncing off that area, so they haven't broken that area yet. So now from there and there, let's see. I got out at 16 flat. That would have been 3 additional points I could have locked in. But again, that's a super chase.
So let me go slow, because I'm the slow learner. So when we place the trade and we get in the trade and the profit goes into above 1 point, we move our stop up.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, your ATM will move into +1. Your ATM should go to +1, okay, from your entry. So you guaranteed not to lose the trade. You're guaranteed to make your point, or you can let it run at that point. But you're guaranteed. Like I said, this is better done if you don't have with one contract. The only way you would do that is have a profit target that's pretty far off. Okay.
Right.
But if you're doing with 2 contracts, then you would just move to 1 tick in profit after you got your 1 point. Your second position would just move to +1. That's all. And then from there you'll manually handle. And we'll go over that. And I'll show you the ATM. I'll show you how the ATM strategy is built. I mean, there's nothing to it. It's pretty simple, but I'll show you what it looks like. And then that's just what I do. You can do what you want, but I just like to cover my commissions, So
yeah, for sure.
And then I'll manually.
I just don't quite understand. So yeah,
that's fine.
Good.
Yeah, we'll show you that. No worries. So.
How did the Auto Trader do last night?
Yeah, it did fine. It made could have got more, but it did pretty good. I think it made let me look at it and see how many points it made. 'Cause I'd rather tell y'all points. Come here, where you at? So it made 9 points before it got triggered out. It trailed the trail stop went 9, got us out at 9 points before it backed up on us. So that was good.
So will I need to roll over the MES probably?
Yeah, it should have. Yeah, when you roll over, when you go through the process, it's automatically going to roll all of it over. When you do that, what you'll end up doing is just going to your tools in your main account, and then on your main screen, your on your NinjaTrader, you click on tools, you'll drop down to database management, and then in that box right there have all the contracts that need to roll, and all you just hit is roll over, and it's going to roll over all your contracts, MES, everything.
I see it.
Yep. It'll roll all. So you can go ahead and hit it and roll them, and you can still trade off the old contract if you want, like we're doing right now. But I'd imagine by Monday, if nothing else, by Monday that contract will have all the volume on it. If not tomorrow,
Perfect. Yeah, I may try to do a little trading with it tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's Friday. Yeah.
Is tomorrow really Friday? Man,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
this week is flying by, guys. I was supposed to start my workout regimen on Monday. I didn't realize it was already Thursday, so I might have to wait until next week.
Might have to wait till you got to get started on Monday, don't you? You can't start.
Oh yeah. I can only do it on Monday, bro.
I hear you. I hear you.
Stop your all thing.
I hear you.
Unless I think Monday actually, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I can't do it Monday. It falls on the 16th. And you know how I am on the 16th. I can't do anything on the 16th. So.
I reckon it's going to be a full moon Friday the 13th tomorrow.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tomorrow's my little Max's birthday. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's 9 years old tomorrow.
Hey,
Wish him a happy birthday from me.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I will. So he's our baby. So he's not becoming a baby anymore. He's getting rid of that little boy. You know, he's starting to grow out of that little boy phase and becoming kind of see all the little things he used to do that was so cute. You know, as just being as a little toddler. That's kind of going out of him now. So. Kind of sad, you know, because he's our last one, you know. But so yeah, he's excited.
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
What any big plans? I thought you guys already went to the water park. What's that? Maybe somebody else's birthday.
That was Robbie's, my middle son.
Oh,
He wanted to go to Point Mallard and take a bunch of his buddies, so that's what we did there. But no, Max is. Well, we got, problem is we got baseball tournaments for Saturdays, which we were going to do as a little party, but we're in baseball tournaments all day. And then tomorrow, we're going to let him go home from school with one of his buddies that he loves to play with and go to the football game. It's homecoming, so we're going to go to the football game and all that kind of stuff. So he'll have fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Excited to do the little stuff, But anyway, yeah. So.
It's cool.
It's gonna be. I'm glad I know now it's a full moon. I have to be watching out for that one.
The attitude's changed.
Yeah. So you're not in the trade. You're out, right?
Me? Yeah, I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kicked out at 16.5.
So how many points is that for you today? That's what? 5,
let's
6?
see. Yeah, that's let me pull it up. 3, 4, 5, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6. I think it's 7. Right on 7.
7. Dang, we're gonna have a big day today for the team.
Yeah, bud. Gotta make up the last couple weeks. I haven't done anything.
That's good.
I really think it was because of the sleep, man. I haven't been sleeping. Man.
Yeah, I mean that's important.
Yeah.
That's important. So I'd really like to see Price bust through all those wicks up there.
That's what I'm waiting for here. Yeah, it's not moving out.
I got my stop resting at 13 1/4. So I've got 2 points locked in on this trail on this runner, but I'd like it to go all the way. I'd like it to run good 10 points for me.
This got you excited. You were about ready to hang it up for the day.
I was just messing, yeah.
I was like, man, he's popped. He was about to go home.
I just
Alright, guys, it's been real.
And then all of a sudden it's like, no, I'm here.
Yeah.
Let's play.
Yeah, no, I was just messing. rejection up there either.
I did make coffee this morning, but I haven't drank any coffee yet because I ate some cereal. So now I'm gonna get some coffee. So
You gotta put your coconut oil in there.
I was thinking about. I'm a little scared, man. I'm like, because I've read some stuff on it. Most people use blenders and all this kind of machinery. I mean, am I gonna be okay here? Is it gonna break down the saturated fat enough? You know, I think the 3 chain saturated fats in the coconut oil. Is that going to be enough of a breakdown to make the chemical effect when it makes coffee, or
if the coffee's hot? If it's hot, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
But my wife does that. She just takes a teaspoonful or whatever it is, and just scoops it into her coffee and then stirs it up.
That's it. All right, I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to do it. All right, do it.
Yeah.
Madeline just found out that she leaves for California the day after we get back from our honeymoon.
Oh, really? Wow.
Well, that's not going to be good.
No.
8 days and then 30 hours of travel. You gotta leave California.
Oh, jeez. That's tough, man. That's some jet lag. Serious.
Yeah, that's gonna be brutal. I bet.
Or
Huh? For work, yeah. I bet Mexico and Costa Rica sounds pretty good right about now. So,
Yeah.
we travel, the two of us combined travel so much.
How do you?
Yeah, it was so fun in the beginning, but starts to grate on you after a while. Well, it definitely lost its momentum, didn't it?
Yeah, it's not just, it's struggling right here. Yeah, it's not, it doesn't have enough strength to push through right now. All that rejection that's going on. So hopefully it'll pick up right here. But if it doesn't pick up here, I'm going to move my stop pretty close and just take my lock in 3 or 4 points. And just take the law, take it.
Right.
Be done with it. I'd like to see the next candle open up and make this current candle a pivot candle, then I'll move my stop up, lock in that below that, but I need some strength to happen for that to work out.
Right.
That's kind of what I've been waiting for. I'm not getting it right now.
Mitchell, do you like milk? Do you drink milk?
Mm-hmm. Not since I was nursing.
Your dad hates milk, of course.
I bet I did not drink a gallon of milk in a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's including cereal and everything else. Like, I just, not a milk drinker.
Dang. I go through it. That's so lie. We go through a gallon a day, day and a half here.
I know, that's how my daughter, everyone in the house is like that. And most of my friends are like, I don't know why, but man, we didn't really drink it. I mean, I drank it, I guess, as a kid, but I didn't drink a lot. Once I got a little older, and if it was just me being single, I'd buy half a gallon of milk when I was single, and I'd throw a quarter of it away.
Yeah.
And that's when I had it. I use it on cereal.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Stop filled.
Yeah, I got some milk, and it expires today, so I have to either drink the rest of it today, or it's probably not going to be good for very much.
It depends on how much is in the bottle.
It's a lot. I don't drink apparently a lot of milk.
Well, if there's a lot in there, it'll last a couple more days.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. You'll know when it's bad.
Yeah, you'll know.
That's what I want to avoid.
It won't kill you. You'll spit it out, I promise.
Are y'all looking for a trade right here or no?
I kind of like it.
I was gonna say, yeah, it was a good opportunity at 12 and a quarter.
Yeah,
3/4.
Yeah. I'm already in the trade.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have not spoken about anything
I
today.
know. What's up, dude? Talk about this stuff,
We
man.
were talking about milk.
Well, I think the trade's a little more important than milk, man. I'll get into another one here. I got
pending.
an order at 12 3/4. See if it's one took me in. You already get your point there, Soto?
Yep, just got it.
I'm not quite in yet. I'm in. Oh man, I still have that stupid trailing stop in.
You're in now, Mitchell?
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to run a manual because I didn't change my strategy.
Yeah, that's fine. Get your man, you good.
I'm at 7.5, 5075, 1. Go one more, and I'll click close. Boom, got it. Yep, got it.
Good. Good price action today, man.
It is. It has been nice.
So right now I'm trailing. I'm going to lock in like we said, I'm going to lock in the 1 tick for my fees or whatever, and then I'm just going to let it ride.
Well, that's what I do. Yeah, you already got your point, right? On your first position?
My first position's already been out.
Okay, so now that's what I do is just lock in and get 1 tick of profit, and then it's going to come back and get you unless price is moving fast and hard, but it could come back and get you, but at least you cover your commissions. But you're giving yourself a chance for it to get some legs real quick and run the other way,
Right.
All you're doing is giving yourself a chance to get more points by letting it breathe and take off.
Yeah.
A lot of times it'll come back and get you out real quick, and then that's fine. At least you covered commissions on that second contract, but
Order canceled.
but you're giving yourself a chance, and that's what it's about.
Okay.
So yeah, I missed I didn't get in this position because it came to 12.75 and bounced. It didn't want to tick me. I should have front run it, but I didn't. No worries, man. I mean, I'm up.
Where were you at? Where were you at?
I had an order in at 12 and 3/4, 12.75, and it just bounced.
All right. So now it's a 2 points.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lock it in. I'm just gonna relax.
Yeah, relax. Where's your entry at?
I'm looking at it right now. If I get moved out there, I'm guessing it was here.
Oh, your entry would still be on there.
Okay, yeah. The
1 tick below that, where your trail's at. If you moved it 1
okay,
tick.
it's 13.5.
13.5. Okay, yeah.
So let me ask you this: do I need to go 1 tick above that? No, that'd be locked up. No, right?
Yeah, you wherever your entry's at. Your entry's
Well,
at 13 and a half. Then
Uh-huh.
you should be locked in at 13 and 3/4, one tick up.
Okay. Yeah, I did not do that. Let me do that right now. All right.
Where's it at?
Okay. Well, it was below that because I thought I only went up one tick, but yeah, I did. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, you want to be one tick in the profit. I know you'd be tempted right here to lock in points.
Yep.
But
It moved it in automatically for me. So I just moved it back down to one tick above my entry. Okay, so I'm good now.
yeah, so what you're gonna have to get used to is don't say the woulda, coulda, shoulda game right here. Oh man, if I lock in, this thing comes out back and give me, I've given up 3 extra points. You know, you can't do that.
Sure.
You know, you gotta
Yeah.
just say, I'm one tick in, so I'm good. I can't lose on the trade now, so I'm good. You
Yeah.
know, just be patient to let it run if it wants to run. You know,
Right.
so
Yeah, I'm with you. So yeah, it's coming back, right? Man, I should have locked it in. Should have locked it in.
oh, listen to you did. You locked in one tick, right?
Yeah. I'm kidding. I was joking. That was all acting. Yeah, I locked in my one tick.
So you
But I'll
shouldn't
be-
be out yet, though.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I'm still good. Still good.
I'm gonna have to hire y'all for about a 1 hour tutorial, face to face.
Oh no, you got
Come
it.
on.
Twice.
We got it pretty easy.
We're good.
Yeah, now it's gonna come back and get you.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Yeah, that's got me. That's all right.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
all right, man. Yeah. You gave yourself
Got
a chance to get a big runner. You know, that's the kicker.
So mine is still, and I moved my contracts up to 4,
Uh-huh.
and so when I trade it, so it picks me up. My stop is 1 point below my
Right. Entry.
my entry.
For all
But
all
my
4
target-
contracts, right?
Right, 4 contracts,
Mm-hmm.
and the green line is like 5 points high.
Okay.
However, it'll just go 1 point and then it just takes itself out. It goes 1 point of profit and then boom, clears itself out. So I don't understand what's
So
happening.
you think well on your ATM strategy, you sure you have that 20 ticks or 5 to 5? You got a 5 in your ATM strategy or 20 for your target? What's it say?
20 ticks.
It says 20 ticks. Okay.
Right.
So
and
you-
like I said, the green line is 20 ticks up top.
Well, that's your profit target, yeah. So that's your profit target. So what you've got though, you have to have a strategy, your ATM strategy, your trail stop strategy. You got that on there?
I do.
You have to have that. Open that up, because that's
Okay, let
what's
me
moving.
see.
That's
So
what's
it's a
moving it.
quantity 4, parameter type ticks, stop loss 4, profit 60, and then stop strategy trail 5. I guess I could look into it.
That's what it is. Your trail strategy is 5, so it's moving up. When you're in the 5 ticks of profit, it's automatically moving in, and what's happening? Price is coming back and ticking you out.
So I need to make that 20.
If you want it to, no, I wouldn't. I would just make that 1. That way, if you want to move it manually, and make sure it's not your profit target. It's your trail stop, though. Your trail. Just move it to 1 tick.
Yeah, profit trigger 5, step 2, 6. I don't know. Well, I'll just have to
Yeah.
say that. Send me some picture.
I'll put send me a picture of it, and I'll send you a picture of what it looks like, or I'll move.
Yeah. Can you send me on that email? I want to see the how you have it set up. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Yep.
Because like I can move my stop, the red line, I move it down or up or whatever I want to do with it.
Right.
But still, once it goes into the profit, it just clears itself out. It doesn't let it run, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I got you. That's because you have an ATM strategy that's overriding what you're doing manually. You can't do both. So you're going to have an ATM strategy that will just move 1 tick into profit. Then at that point, you can manually move it because you have no other algorithm. The ATM algorithm is telling you this is what I know to do and this is what I'm doing until I'm turned off. You know, so that's what it's doing. It's moving you 5 ticks into profit, and then what's happening? Price is just ticking you out immediately. So that's all it's doing. So I understand what you're saying, but your trail stop's what's getting you there.
Good deal.
But we'll get it. That's an easy fix. Yeah. Yeah. No worries. That's an easy fix. Now, so you're going to find the ideal location right here for your stop would have been, it's going to be right here at 12 and a half.
12.
Most likely, but you got in way too high to be able to move, to adjust that, so we couldn't move the stop down there. Does that make sense? We didn't want to move that down there because we don't want to move our stop like that to the downside. We can always move it into profit. We don't want to move it to the downside. So, and the reason I say that's going to be a good location is because that's going to end up being a good pivot. That candle right there is going to be a good pivot point to be underneath at 1040.
Yeah, yeah. See what you're talking about. I was just I entered it too high. That's good enough to backtrack that. Well, I could, but that's not worth taking the risk.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You did good, man. You did good. So just don't get upset when you see price take off here to the long side. Because the ideal place, the only place you could have put your stop and be safe with it, most likely, would have been at that 12 and a half. But you couldn't afford to do that. We're getting in higher like that. We don't want to take that chance. So.
Right. Yeah, makes sense. Again, I'm okay.
Go ahead. I've ended up getting like 6 or 7 points out of these things, but I've had to go where price is, drop down 2 ticks, put in a trade because it'll bounce, get me in, let it run for a point, or go where price is, click, bounce, get me. So I've been just chasing it, which is
some serious scalping. That
not what I need to be doing. However, it was my only option.
Yeah, and it worked out. Price action it was a good day to do it with price action because you locked in. You said you made 6 or 7 points, man.
Let's see. On the first one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then on that one's 1, 2, 3, so 8.
You made 8 points.
Well, total throughout today, but like I said, not trading correctly, just chasing the heck out of it.
Sure.
Just running right behind it and wait till it starts bouncing and drop down 2 ticks, put in a trade, let it bounce, pick me up, run for 5 ticks, do it again.
Yeah, sure. That's definitely a skill.
Who's an accounting guy here? Okay, I've made 11.86, 11 points. That's what. Okay, that's all right. That's okay, I see why that's going on. That's including. That's removing commission. So I've made over 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's pretty legit.
That's what you need. Yeah, that's what you need when we do our spreadsheet. Just tell me just let me know your total number of points, and then the spreadsheet will take out the commissions.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Nice job.
Yeah, man. Well, that's what I do, bro.
I know.
Give me a full sleep, and next time you're down.
You're good for the month, man.
We'll probably get 300 followers overnight after today. Like one negative comment, and the boys make 36 points.
Yeah, don't hate on us, bro.
Oh, that's funny.
That's good.
Oh, man.
Merrill Lynch and Edward Jones will be calling us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I have signed up for things that I absolutely abhor, but just because somebody said I couldn't do it, I had to go sign up and do it. Theater class was one of those things.
Absolutely.
Oh, you will never make it in theater. Next time I know, I was in a play. You don't have what it takes to be in the theater. I'm like, I was showing you wrong, buddy. I will suck up a whole semester for this thing.
I took rowing in Alabama.
Rowing?
Yeah, I thought it would be just like chill. And I thought rowing was where we just go drink some beer and canoe, you know? But
That was a rude awakening, wasn't it?
5 a.m. meet in the river, we're just gonna like physically drain ourselves for 2 hours.
You do have the body structure. You know, you're tall and lean. That's what you need for rowing. So.
It worked out, but I hated it. I have no rhythm either, so the whole time they were like, "All right, just quit."
You just.
Oh, that's funny. Really. Ooh, look at this right here.
Oh yeah.
You guys watch it? You guys watch it?
Yeah, I just saw that.
I am my good friend. I am.
What's going on here?
I'm going down. Where am I going?
Thinking about going in? Seriously?
302 even, if she gets down that far. Or a good one, 304 even or 302 even. Just depending, probably I'm looking at the 302 if it does.
Yeah. I'm not getting it at all with this price action. Holy cow. I'm not touching
Look
it.
at that 302 even. Cha-ching.
You got it? Good. Good job. But no, man, it's moving too much for me.
Oh, I didn't trade. No, I threw my sniper up there
Gotcha.
just to see what it would do. But that was that's a really solid zone down there.
It
Nothing.
is. It's a great zone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now,
I
I
felt.
will say this: if price decides to come back down here, you know, it's going to 1 or 2 tick below this previous swing low at 955.
Yeah.
You know, I would end up looking at a potential. Let's see here. I'd look at the at a 3.5 or even
Right.
301. I mean a 3 3/4. I'd look at that
Yeah, I see that.
because 301 is even, so I'd go below 301 even because I think this could be one of those things that ticks 1 or 2 ticks below and then goes back up. You know.
Okay, well, you said 301. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, no, 3.5, 3,000, 3.5. You see 3,000 and a half?
Yeah. Okay.
I'd consider that right there, or 3,000 and 3/4.
Okay, I had one at 1.5, 3,001 and 0.5.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah. So you're saying I should probably go lower?
No, yeah, I mean, I think I'd go lower than this. Yeah, I think I'd go lower. I think it's for that kind of a move. I just feel like it wants to go. It's going to take out orders that are sitting
Right.
at 301.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking. You know, so I would go in at 3.5, 3 3/4, or 3.5. But I'm not doing anything yet. You know, so
Right.
I'm just saying that's a long move down very quickly.
Yeah.
So it would have to be just a balance play, I think.
Did y'all get an announcement?
An announcement. Oh, news-wise? Let's see, it's 10:53? No, there ain't no news that would have done that.
Well, no, my Ninja Trader just said announcement. You need to roll over.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. That was
Yeah, I got that on login.
yeah, that was login. We got that.
Don't worry about that. Just do that tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't need to do it right now.
No, not with 64,000 volume at 10:55 in the morning. We're good.
hmm I'd like to see this candle get filled though before it closes.
Yeah.
So, what kind of restaurants you got around there where you live?
Well, the closest one is about 4 miles away, and I think it's just a Mexican restaurant. I think there's a coffee house. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else. There's a Piggly Wiggly.
You living out in the country.
The way you said Piggly Wiggly made me just laugh.
Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly. You just gotta slur all that together, so it's just Piggly Wiggly.
Oh, Piggly Wiggly. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So not much. So I do.
Pretty good meat departments in Piggly Wiggly's though.
Okay. Yeah, I just do most of my cooking
You need to
here.
meet your local meat man.
Yeah.
Get on a level with him.
Yeah. Hook me up.
When I become a master trader, my first business venture is going to be open up a meat market in Huntsville.
Okay. Yeah.
There is not one.
Is there not one here in Huntsville? Really?
There's not.
That surprises
There's
me. Holy
a
cow.
couple grocery stores that have really good meat departments, right? And then if you ask any local and you're like, hey, there's no really like butcher here in Huntsville, they'll be like, oh, well, you need to go to Star Market. Well, I mean, I'm not talking about going to a grocery store, like a straight up butcher, you know what I mean? Like we had a couple of those where I grew up and pretty successful, but it was just nice going in there and you can get whatever you wanted cut. There's not one in Huntsville.
No, there's not. Mine that I had that I used was in Atlanta. It's New York Butchers. Yeah, he's really good. But yeah, you're right. The only one there in town is in a supermarket, a Publix. You call them ahead and you tell them I want a prime rib, whatever.
Right.
But that's pretty much in Whole Foods, and that's pretty much
Yeah,
it.
Whole Foods has it, but I mean,
But nothing like you're talking about. Like, yeah. So that's. They have a seafood place. Have you been to the seafood market? They're on Bailey.
there is an Andy's seafood market.
On Bailey Coast near Target, across from Target, around that area.
No, I haven't been. I know which one you're talking about. It's down there near that sushi restaurant.
Yeah. I love sushi.
Yeah, I haven't been to that one. I've been to the one out like you're going to Tennessee on 53.
Okay, yeah, I haven't been to that one. So that's a good fish market, but again, I'm kind of like you. I grew up in Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, so I'm not looking to buy fish in the middle of Alabama.
Whenever the shrimp doesn't have the heads on it, it's at least it's the like it's not fresh.
Yeah.
If a shrimp has its head on it, it can only like be for a couple 3 days before it'll start spoiling.
Yeah.
So someone will be like, "Oh, these shrimp were caught yesterday," and then they don't have the heads on them, and you're like, "Well, then you're lying, Jimmy."
Yeah. Now you know who loves seafood is Brian, right?
Oh yeah, can't get enough of it, man.
Brian.
If I don't,
Anything that smells.
I don't eat at least once a day. I have withdrawals.
Stop it.
Can't
Yeah.
stand that
That's-
stuff, man.
BK hates seafood.
Absolutely. Disgusting.
I am not far off from you, bro. Like,
Really?
I can eat certain fish, seafood fish, and somewhat enjoy them. I can eat shrimp, okay, but as far as if I was to say I crave it, it never happens.
Yeah, you're way ahead of me then. If you can even do what you just said you can do, eat fish, and shrimp, man, you're way ahead of me.
Well, see, when I go to China, that's literally when I'm like in the coastal areas of China, and I mean, it is seafood or nothing.
I bet, yeah.
It's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. So I guess I've somewhat gotten to where I can stomach it, but no, I definitely don't love it. My mom's like you; she wants no part of anything that comes out of the water.
Yeah,
Really?
that's awesome. See, Soto, I'm not the only one, man.
I don't know, bro. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. That's weird.
Weird. Yeah.
But that's cool, bro. Like I said, it's not. You're not picky. You just don't like the same food I do. I've learned that.
There you go.
I try to avoid using the word picky from now on when I'm referring to other people. They just happen to like what I like. So.
There you go. Goodness.
Yes, I'm riding. So far, I'm 10 points up on the this trail right here.
Wow. No, that's funny. Oh yeah, I mean it is about 11 o'clock right now, so I might start to shut her down a little bit. So, well, give me a point count here.
Okay. Yeah. Let me count it up here.
For everybody.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lost 2 due to when it popped me out of that big trade. So net 6 for me.
6 net, okay.
Nice.
Nice, that's what I got in net 6 too, so that's good.
Yep.
Soto?
I'm gonna say mine's I'm not counting commissions, so I was just gonna say 13.
13.
Yeah, 13.
Alright, good job. Yeah, well, commissions will come out of that. So
Yeah,
what is your
yeah.
Okay. 6, so we're 6 points, 6 points, 13 points. That's a good day, man. Dang.
Yeah.
So we got 1 for our daily, individual, for a team. I'm gonna go ahead and do the spreadsheet real quick.
Yeah.
There it is.
That noise?
Yeah, I was waiting for it. It sounds like I'm in a time warp or I'm going through a tunnel, warp tunnel, whatever, man.
That's our soundtrack.
Yeah, exactly. All right, 12, all right, 19. All right, so from an individual standpoint, we got one contract. We traded one contract, 1 point. So that's a good job. No points lost. So that's from an individual standpoint, you're up over 20% on your account. So that's great.
That's great.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I mean, that's really good. So that's all with net commissions and everything. So that's the big key there. So, all right, so 9. What's the date today? 12, 19. From an individual standpoint, we got one contract, but we're just going to trade one contract on this one. So we got 12, what's that, 25 points? Sweet.
Dude, that's
How many losses? Who lost? Anybody any losses?
I didn't lose.
I lost 2 because of when it popped me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So actually, then we should have
So you didn't
27
lock,
total.
like you didn't lock it in. So how'd you lock those in? You wouldn't.
Right. I had no idea what the whole lock-in thing. I was clicking, so it was machine gun click. So I actually made 8, lost 2. That's why I said net 6.
Yeah, that's what I did. I put that in there. So 27 total as a team. Lost 2 losses, net 25 points. So good job, man. That's $1,100 day. So good job.
Nice. Good job, guys.
So that's up 2,400 now as a team. So good job, man.
Buddy.
Yeah, good day so far. That's it. It's a nice job. Some individual was doing well at up $227. Team, we're up $1,408. So good job.
Good deal. We have made last week back up today.
Yeah, that's patience, man. It'll come. It'll come. Don't rush it. Good job. Good job. All right, well, guys.
Tomorrow should be a good day.
Yeah, another good day tomorrow, I believe. So, well, boys, I think that's gonna kind of do it for me for the channel today. Everybody good with that?
Yep.
Perfect.
Have a good day.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Good job.
All right, see you tomorrow.
All right.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening and watching the Titan Futures 1 Point a Day Challenge. Live stream. Remember, we're live daily, 9 to 11. And BK, Soto, and Mitchell are here to help. The Titan Futures 1 Day Point a Day Challenge, where anyone can learn how to day trade the futures market. Till next time.